Hello everyone, welcome to Visit Malta channel. In this video, I am going to explain about EU Digital Passenger Locator form that is required when you travel into Malta and other EU countries. Okay, so as I mentioned in my last video regarding the quarantine restriction in Malta as on March 2022, there is other information also which you have to fill it as they mentioned here, like dPLF form and vaccine certificate and COVID negative test result. Okay, I have discussed all those restrictions in my previous video. If you didn't watch the video, please watch that video first, then you will understand this video clearly, which I'm going to explain about dPLF form requirement by the Malta Health Department. Not only the Malta Health Department, other EU Schengen region also required dPLF form before you travel into the Schengen region or especially in Malta. Okay, and please subscribe my channel, then only my effort will reach out to you. All right. So in this health ministry website, as I have explained in my previous video, whether you are in red zone country or a dark red zone country, you have to fill the dPLF form, okay, in all the categories. So which I'm going to explain the dPLF form in this video clearly. Okay. First, I'll give you this link in my description, which you can make a note on it, or you can take it directly from the health department portal from Malta website. Okay. Now, once you reach in this website, just click on Start. Okay. Now you have to choose the destination. I'm choosing the Malta since my channel is completely about Malta related and working permit and working visa. So click on Malta and continue. Okay. Now here it shows transportation type, whether you're transferring through aircraft or a cruise or a ferry ship. Okay, so mostly it will be a aircraft only, which I was explained for non-EU citizens who is coming for the work here in Malta. So I'm going to explain the aircraft. All right, click continue and click I will fill out and submit the form completely correctly and truthfully. Okay, and scroll down and read if you have a time. Click on I have read the privacy notice. Continue login. Please note that you may have to give your flight information and passenger detail everything very clearly and accurately to avoid unnecessary staying quarantine in Malta that is being provided by health department, which you might have to pay €100 per night, which will be €1,400. Okay, so you have to be very clearly explain and provide the detail without any mistakes in this form. Otherwise, you will end up in the self quarantine by paying €1,400 that has been arranged by the Malta Health Department. So this form is very important that you have to fill out, okay, without fail. So once I clicked on next, it requires to log in. Okay, if you don't, first time user, you might not have the user ID. So what you can do is you can click on the register button. Okay, and you have to give your email address and password and the confirm password. So you have to check your email and verify the email that your email is correct. Okay, once you verify the email, and you need to log in using the top right hand corner login button. So let me log in to my account. All right, I have logged into my account and directly it's in the login page screen, which I have selected the designation. I mean, sorry, destination and transportation type, which I showed you a few minutes back. After you logged in, just click on continue. Okay. Now, this is where you have to select the information very carefully. Okay. So, aircraft flight information, please fill in the detail. Direct flight or non-direct flight. Most of the time, 99% you will be coming by the non-direct flight. So there is no direct flight here in Malta. So you might have to coming through the different flight, okay, as a connecting flight. So you have to choose the non-direct flight, okay. And you have to give every flight detail in this TPLF form, which is Digital Passenger Locator form. Okay, let me show you the sample ticket that I have, and I'm going to fill the detail in this form by showing the sample ticket. This is my sample ticket for the person, Donovan, and the issue date is 22nd March, and the starting date is 10th of April 2022, and the Etihad Airways, and starting from Chennai Airport, and then Abu Dhabi to Zurich, and Zurich to Lua, Malta Airport. Okay, now let me go to the portal. First, airline name, Etihad. You can type Etihad Airways as they mentioned in the PDF form, Etihad Airways. And please check if your flight is private. Of course, it is not a private. You can leave that blank. I mean, you don't need to uncheck it. I mean, check it. You don't need to check it. So, flight number. The first flight number is EY269. So, I'm typing EY269. Okay. Then the seat number, you can give the seat number or you can leave it optional. So, for my seat is actually 20D. I'm going to give the seat number 20D. Okay, and previously visited countries optional. If in the 14 days prior to your arrival, you have stayed in any of the country for 14 days, you can select the country. Okay, not the transit. They have clearly mentioned it is not the transit flight. If you are staying any of the country, for example, in my previous video, I was explain people from dark red zone country, they are traveling dark red zone country, they are traveling into the red zone country by staying 14 days just to avoid the authorization, all this. Very complication procedures. They travel into the red zone country and staying there 14 days and do the procedure, which is very simple. Okay, so that is the reason they asked if you're transit. I mean, you if you are staying in either country in 14 days, not a transit. Okay, so if you're not going to that. If you're not staying in any other country 14 days, you don't need to select it. Otherwise, you have to select the country name if you're staying more than 14 days. Okay. Now, next one is the boarding country, territory place. So, my sample ticket boarding country is Chennai International Airport and India. So, I'm selecting boarding country is India. Okay, and date and time of departure, which you can check it here, 10th of April 2022 to 20. I'm selecting 10th of April to 20. Click OK. All right, boarding airport, you can type Chennai International Airport, just Chennai Airport, Chennai, India. Chennai Airport, Chennai, India. All right. Destination transit country. Transit country means the first transit area is the Abu Dhabi. So I'm going to type Abu Dhabi. It's a United Arab Emirates. Okay. So it asks the country. So I have to choose the United Arab Emirates, which is Abu Dhabi. Here it says United Arab Emirates. And scroll down destination transit airport. Now you can choose Abu Dhabi. Sorry for the typo. Abu Dhabi airport. It's Abu Dhabi airport. Clear. Date and time of arrival. Just check this ticket. Arrival time is 5th. The date is same. Let me zoom in. 10th of April, same day, and the time is 5th. Time is 5 a.m. April 10th, 5 a.m. Okay. Now you have filled out the first flight. Okay. And when you selected non-direct flight. Okay. Now you have to select the second flight information by adding here add a flight. Okay. Click on add a flight. It shows flight and leg of your journey 2. Okay. Check if this is the flight I mean if this is your final flight. Okay, if you check your ticket, this is not the final flight, this is the second flight, and the last one is the Zurich to Malta is the final flight, so you don't need to check that option here. Check if this is the final flight. Okay, so the second flight airlines is still Etihad Airways. Sorry, Etihad Airways. Okay, as you can see here, it's Etihad Airways. Okay, so please check very carefully. And the flight number is EY73. I'm going to choose the flight number is EY73. Okay. If you notice, I just added the space purposely to show you that you have to leave the flight detail without space. Okay, and the seat number, you need to mention the seat number is 14C, 14C, and the boarding country. Okay, now the boarding country for your second flight is United Arab Emirates, not the Chennai. Okay, so you have to choose the United Arab Emirates. United Arab Emirates. Okay, and the date and time of departure, which means date and time of departure is 8:30 a.m. in the morning, same day, 10th of April. So you have to make sure there is clearly which time and date you will be starting from the next connecting airport. You should not choose the landing date. Okay, you should choose the next starting date and the day that you are starting from. Okay, because in this sample there is no waiting time, not much waiting time, so the same airways and everything is simple and easy. But in some cases, if you book the ticket, you may have a long waiting list like 12 hours, 13 hours, and the date will be coming to the next date, and even the time also will be different. So you have to make sure that you took the correct value from your ticket. Okay, so now it's a EY73 ticket, I mean the flight number and the 10th April and 8:30 a.m. 10th of April, time is 8:30. Okay. Now boarding airport is Abu Dhabi. Same. Abu Dhabi airport. Okay. Now the destination transit country is from Abu Dhabi to Zurich, Switzerland. You have to choose the country, Switzerland. Destination airport is, let me check the ticket, Zurich. So type, automatically it will come Zurich. Okay. Now date and time of arrival. You have to choose the date and time of arrival, same 10th of April and 12:15. 10th of April and 12:15. Okay. Now you have added your second flight information. Hope this is clear. So as you can see here in this form, you have added the first flight information from the start. Okay, from the start, first flight journey 1, and you have added the second flight information as a journey 2, and now you are going to add a third flight information by click on the add flight. Okay, you will see here journey 3. Okay, now this is the last flight that you're going to add as per my ticket. I'll be reaching in Malta and I don't have any other next flight to travel to Malta. So I am choosing this flight as the last flight. Okay, KM491 flight number. Okay, this time you have to choose check if this is the final flight. So you have to check this one. Okay, now airline's name. Now the airline's name has been changed. If you notice, most of the time it will be Air Malta or Ryanair or KLM or Emirates. Only these four airways is almost coming to the Malta every day or alternate days. Okay, so I'm choosing Air Malta PLC. Air Malta. Even though if this ticket was completely provided by Etihad, your airlines is changed in the last flight, so you have to give this Air Malta flight detail only. Okay. Now flight number is K. I'm sorry. Let me take a look at it. KM491. KM491. Okay. And as I already explained, please check your flight is private. Hope it is not. Okay. Seat number is 23. Sorry, 23K, not the seat number. Okay, the seat number is in this case since you're traveling by connecting flight and the long journey, the last flight sometime the boarding pass will be not generated and they will not provide you the allow you to check in before you start your travel, which you may not know your seat number. So in this case, what you can do is you can left this seat number field blank as it says is optional. Even in the first two flight also you can give a seat number or you can leave the seat number blank. Okay, so in this stage you can leave the seat number blank since it's the last flight, you don't have a boarding pass. Okay, and the boarding country is Zurich, Switzerland. So you have to choose the country name, Switzerland. Okay, and the date and time of departure is 17:40 p.m. same 10th April. So 10th of April 17:40 p.m. Okay, boarding airport is Zurich. You can choose Zurich. Okay, and final destination country is almost I mean already selected Malta. Okay, and final destination airport is Malta International Airport. By default, it will give you the option. You can choose it. And date and time of arrival, you can select it from the ticket, which is 10th of April and night 2000, which is 8 p.m. 10th of April 2000. Okay. Now, so you have given all the three flight information starting from Chennai to Abu Dhabi to Zurich, and Zurich to Malta. Okay. Now, what you can do is you can simply just double check all the information that you have given in this page. Okay, and click on continue. Okay, now you have to give your personal information. In this case, there is no last name. You can leave it blank, or if you have a last name, please give the last name. I'm giving Donovan. Okay, sex is I'm selecting male. Can choose date of birth. Okay, it's not my date of birth, just a random date of birth. Okay, and the passport. If you're already here in Malta and holding a residence card, you're traveling back to your country to visit your family or for any other purpose and coming back to Malta, you can leave your ID card. So since if you're a first time travel, you can have your passport number here. Okay, and the phone number for the emergency contact. This phone number you can give your country phone number since you will be not having a phone number when you reach the first time in Malta. So you can leave your country phone number here by typing your phone number. Make sure the phone number digit is valid. Okay, I'm just copying the temporary sample phone numbers for reference, and you can give the other telephone number if you have, and you have to give your email address without fail, because in this email address only you will be receiving this EU digital form locator approved confirmation email. That is very important. Okay, so you might have to give a valid email address here in this field. Okay, and click on the continue. Okay, finally you have to give the address of your location. I'm just going to choose India state. I'm just giving all the values dummy value. Okay. Will you be staying during the next 14 days in the temporary address different than your permanent address? Will you be staying, again I'm reading it, will you be staying during the next 14 days in the temporary address different than your permanent address? No. So of course you are not going to stay any other places 14 days. You will be staying in your permanent address only. So my recommendation is to give no. Okay, and click on continue. No temporary address. You can leave it and click continue. Okay. Again, it emergency contact number information. Okay, this is apart from your information, you have to give the emergency contact information of your family member. Okay, so you can give this emergency contact or you can leave it optional. Okay, my recommendation is to give an emergency contact number. That is more important during your travel. If any medical emergency, this person is the first contact person from the authority to help you out. To help you out your situation. So my recommendation is to give your emergency contact of your family here in Malta or even here in your starting country. So use your starting country emergency contact point. Okay, that is more recommended. And click on continue. Okay. Now the final stage, health declaration. Which country have you spent in last 14 days? If you are spending in any other country, you can mention it here. Since I choose the India for my starting destination, so I selected by default India only. All right. In any is any country in dark red list? Okay, you can select no. Okay. So if you choose that any of the country that you stayed in a dark red country, you have to choose the yes. But since India is not in a dark red country zone, I'm choosing no. Okay, select age. So I'm just selecting 12 years and above. Okay, and hope you have fully vaccinated, received all applicable doses of recognized vaccine 14 days before your date of arrival in Malta, and or in possession of vaccine certificate approved by the Superintendent of Public Health Malta. Okay, so if you're holding a vaccine certificate, you can say yes, and you have to upload your vaccine certificate here in a PDF format. So if you're holding a vaccine certificate, you have to upload your vaccine certificate here in this field. Okay, as a PDF format or PNG or JPEG or doc and UX and MS Word format. My recommendation is to go to PDF, just provide a PDF format. Okay, so upload your vaccine certificate as a PDF format, and if you don't have your vaccine certificate, I believe you should have, since the entire world is actually supporting a vaccine services, and they you should have a vaccine certificate. If you don't have it, I believe you're not allowed to travel to Malta or any other country, so you might have to take a vaccine certificate and vaccine certificate 14 days before your date of arrival. Okay, received all applicable doses, recognized vaccine 14 days. So which means Malta definitely required a vaccine certificate, and you do have to upload your vaccine certificate. Otherwise, your EU digital passenger locator form will be rejected. Okay, so it is very important. You have to upload your vaccine certificate, and once you upload it, you have to submit, and you'll see the acknowledgement form as a final health declaration tab. Okay, so just take a screenshot of acknowledgement sub form information that you have submitted, proof of submitted, and please note that that is not the final confirmation of your EU digital passenger locator form. You will receive an email notification within 2 to 3 days, maximum 24 hours, I believe. So wait for the email, check your spam folder. You will receive the email notification from the EU authority with approved passenger locator form information, which you can download it and take a printout and keep it with you. Okay, that is very important. Okay, and later on you can log in again in this portal and you can check the status of your form. If you see in the top right hand corner, click on it. Okay, here under my BLF, if you click on my BLF, you will see the since I have not submitted this form, since it's a temporary, you will not see this form here. Okay, but in your case, if you once you submitted the form, you will see the form here, and even you can download the completed form and approved information. Okay, and if you wanted to go to the new PLF, I mean new form, you can click on the new PLF and you can start the procedure again from the start. I have explained in this video. Okay, hope this video is very useful, and please note that the DBL form is very important and you have to have the DBL form, otherwise you may end up with the 14 days quarantine and you will have to pay €100 per night. As I mentioned here, they said here €100 per night and €120 for the negative PCR test. Okay, And for all of the clarification, the traveling restriction, you can watch my previous video, which I have explained very clearly. All right. And there is a travel authorization request and alternate quarantine request also I have explained in my previous video. Please watch that. And if you have any clarification, you can always reach me out at visittomalta@gmail.com, or you can reach me out through WhatsApp, which I have given the WhatsApp link in my website, visittomalta.com. Of course, only for the paid membership, so please don't blame me. All right, and thank you so much for watching this video. And you can comment this video also for clarification. I'll reply. I'll try to reply to you as soon as possible. Thanks again, and good luck.